For a woman in this day and age, we have so much on our plates. We are juggling so many roles. We are mothers, we are working, we are creating content, we have family logistics to look after, meal planning, looking after ourselves if we can. And you sometimes kind of lose the sense of priority. And that was me. I was overwhelmed, scattered, trying to hold it all together in my head and still show up with purpose for everything that I was doing. And that's when I realized I didn't need more productivity hacks or even time management strategies. I needed mental space. So I built an AI assistant, but not just any assistant, one that actually knows my voice, my values, and what I'm working on, one that can think with me and not for me. And no, I'm not here to convince you to outsource your brain. This is not about going brainless or letting machines make your decisions. It's about building a tool that allows you space to remind yourself of who you are and helps you stay anchored in your signal when life gets too loud and messy. Today, I'll show you how to build 1-2 in 3 simple steps using tools like ChatGPT or any other AI tool that you're familiar with. I'm Anna. I'm a medical doctor, a mother, thinker, seeker, a lifelong student of transformation, and this is the Value Signal. I'm not an AI influencer. I'm a creator, a mother, a doctor, a founder. I'm building something meaningful in a very human, chaotic life. And honestly, I built my AI assistant because I was drowning. There were too many tabs open in my mind and on my computer. I needed help meal planning, summarizing long documents, prioritizing goals, and sometimes just holding space for an idea that I didn't have the energy to think through right away or research alone. So I didn't need a robot, I needed a co-pilot. And what changed everything was when I realized I could actually teach AI who I am. That's when my assistants were born. I have Alba, who is my writing and thinking partner. She works as a mirror. I have Aria, who is my strategic and marketing guide. And I have Sandoval, my backend and systems worker for code and all this more complicated stuff. They remember my tone, my projects, my goals. They never burn out and they are there so I don't have to either. So here's how you build your own. You can do this in ChatGPT or any AI platform with memory and custom instructions. I'll use ChatGPT as the example, but this works in tools like Claude AI or Grok AI too. The first step is to turn on memory. So you go to settings, go to personalization, memory, and there will be a toggle. You turn it on. Why? Because without memory, it's like Dory from Finding Nemo. It forgets everything between sessions. So turning it on allows the tool to remember who you are, what matters to you, and how you work. Step 2, you define your tone and your role in the custom instructions section. So you answer, what do you want to be called? I'll use my first name, but I don't know, maybe you want to be called my queen, or maybe you want to be called honey. I don't know. You tell the tool how you want to be called. And now comes the fun part. You can tell the tool how it should respond to you. For example, you can say you're a grounded, warm, strategic advisor, part therapist, part chief operating officer. You can give it permission to challenge you. And this is important because default AI is too agreeable to be useful. This is what most people skip, and it's the key. Otherwise, it's just going to say everything you're doing is fine and great, which might not be realistic or true. Here's an example of what I could tell mine. I'm building a personal brand called The Value Signal. I write, I create videos, and I build systems to help women reduce overwhelm and reconnect with their real signal. I'm often juggling motherhood, creative work, a startup, a remote part-time job, and my own energy management. So I need you to be structured, warm, direct, and non-generic. Challenge me when I'm being vague or when I'm overthinking. Help me break things down into doable steps. use my voice, part coach, part poet, part systems thinkers. You can tell it what kind of tone to use, warm and assertive, or witty or straightforward. Think about how you like people to talk to you and use it to instruct your assistants. You can tell it what never to say, like don't flatter me or never be rude. And an important part is to say what your current projects are. You can tell it what overwhelms you and how it can help. If you need clarity doing all this, here's a good tip. Just type this directly into a chat. It doesn't need to be perfect. Start with, here's what you should know about me before we keep working together. Help me create a concise summary I can paste into what traits should ChatGPT have in my settings. Put this in a new chat and you can use voice or you can type everything you want your assistants to know about you, what you like, what you don't like, as far as language and conversation goes, what projects you're working on, what you're struggling with. Put it all there and you will come out with a summary that you can copy and paste to your setting. And the third step is give personal context. So you answer now the second custom instruction in the settings, which says, what would you like ChatGPT to know about you? So here's an example of what I could say. I'm a solo founder building an AI-powered micro-habit app for overwhelmed women. I value clarity, honesty, and structure. I'm often overloaded and feel scattered, so I need help thinking clearly in a step-by-step manner and staying grounded. Here you have to be honest and be specific. This is where the magic happens. If you need help formulating this clearly, you can open a new chat and use this. I'm going to brief you on my business so you can advise me accurately, and you explain your project. And then you write, please summarize everything in 200 words. Remind me to paste that summary into anything else ChatGPT should know about you in the settings. And there you have it. You're going to have this section ready to copy and paste it into your settings. And this is important because you can use AI to think with you. Now that your assistant knows who you are and what you're working on, you can use it as a thought partner. You can even brainstorm a name for it together. And you can have prompts that you use daily, like what's the most important thing I should focus on today based on my goals? Or you can say, here's a voice memo I recorded, summarize it into clear bullet points. Or you can say, I'm spiraling, please help me reframe this, and say whatever it is that's running through your head. And one of my favorite ones, especially for someone like me or like you, probably very busy people, you can say, I have 30 minutes. What is a meaningful task I can tackle now? Or what is a minimal viable action, it's called. And this is brilliant. You can even say, considering this project, which you named in the settings, what is the minimal viable action I can take in 15 minutes to work on it now? And you'll get something that you can do in that pocket of time. So remember, you are not delegating your thinking, you are amplifying it. Just like a mirror helps you see yourself, a well-trained assistant reflects your best thinking back to you, especially when you're tired, overwhelmed, or you feel like you are stretched thin or restless. And now comes the part that most people miss. You can use AI to learn AI. And that's the real trick. And trust me, the learning curve is steep. So try this. Open a new chat and say, give me 5 use cases I haven't thought of yet for how AI can help me simplify my life. You'll be amazed. You can say, help me design a workflow that integrates ChatGPT, Notion, and my calendar. And if you're scared that you're delegating too much, you can ask, what are the limitations of using AI as a decision-making partner? You'll get clarity in that too. You can state an idea and ask, can you guide me step by step to turn this into a doable workflow? You can treat it like a tutor, a co-strategist, a possibility generator. You don't need a course. You need better questions. If you're starting today, start with one assistant. Give it a clear tone, your main roles and projects, and then use a few clever prompts to let it help you. And test it for 3 days. Does it save you time? Does it reduce your mental load? Did you feel more grounded or more scattered? Adjust, rethink, repeat, and it will grow and develop with you. If you want help building your own personalized AI assistants with your tone, your goals, your structure, I've opened founding spots for a guided setup experience. It includes my personal prompt library for work and daily life, a personalized setup walkthrough, and an optional one-on-one call. So the link is below. You can join the early access list or just get started with what I've shown you today. The future isn't just AI powered, it is human aligned and human guided. You don't need to outsource your mind or give up your decision making. You need a system that remembers who you are and helps you make the best of it. You're not behind, you're just ready to have systems that help you amplify your signal. Begin now.